Mark Rogers, TV, the voice of college football, breaking down Clemson. The Tigers off this week. They've got a bye. They look forward to Florida State on November 21st. Join me on Patreon, 16-4 against the spread with our picks. We got watch parties, and we also have exclusive live streams coming your way there. And also, as you see on the crawl below, Christmas is coming. Shop Amazon. Use the link in the description section below. Help us build the channel. We got Jason Priester on the line from SI's platform for Clemson football, allclemson.com. All right, 47-40. Doesn't take a football genius to figure out that maybe the defense had something to do with the loss. We saw busted plays all over the place. Talk about the gaffes on defense, but also these reinforcements that should be coming at some part with Skowski and Jones and Davis and how much they're missed.
Yeah, I really thought Tyler Davis would be back in time for this game, the big defensive tackle. He's really the core of Clemson's run defense. Without him in there, that's a big loss by itself. Then you take out Skowski. Then you take out Mike Jones Jr., who's going to be the guy covering those tight ends a lot in pass coverage. Notre Dame did an excellent job of utilizing some mismatches they were able to get on the freshman Trenton Simpson, who played Mike Jones Jr. place. And as good as Trenton Simpson's going to be, he was a five-star guy. He's going to be a fantastic football player, but he's just not quite there yet. He's not quite on Jones's level. And it showed the other night. His inexperience showed up at times. He took some bad angles. He's just not there yet. But to me, it all starts and stops with Tyler Davis and that run defense. I think with Davis in, Notre Dame doesn't have quite the success they did running the football. And I got a feeling we're going to see a rematch in December. And that theory will get put to the test because I fully expect Davis and all those guys to be back by then.
Oh, yes. Let's get to the rematch here. Notre Dame Clemson should rematch in Charlotte. Now there is football to be played, and we see upsets every week. Clemson usually has that one loss or one near miss has been kind of the pattern from 2015, but you kind of figure that was the BC game. And so they probably have that hiccup out of the way, and they avoided the loss there. They took on a very game Notre Dame team that looks the part as a top 5 to 10 team in the nation, and lost a dramatic, tremendous game in South Bend. All right, the rematch in Charlotte. How do you think that might look different 4 or 5 weeks from now?
I think it might, because, I mean, not only was Clemson, and I hate to talk about injuries because it sounds like an excuse, but, I mean, the fact is they were missing 3 guys on that defense coming into the game. They lost 2 offensive linemen in the game. They lost both starting safeties in the game. That's a lot to overcome. You get those guys back, and I think it's a little bit different. Brent Venables was really handcuffed a lot of what he could do defensively with having so few hands on deck, so to speak. He's an aggressive guy. He's going to stay aggressive. I've seen a lot of fans griping about the blitz on 3rd and long late. That's who he is, though. He's gonna come after the quarterback, especially on 3rd and long. And even if he might not have the normal personnel that he is used to working with, that's what he's going to do. And he's going to live and die by it, and it bit him that night. I mean, Kieran Williams did a fantastic job of picking up the blitz for Notre Dame that night. Clemson was not able to get home with it. That offensive line of theirs is just fantastic. Probably the best in college football. They just weren't able to get the book, and when they were able to get to him, they left some running lanes open. Another thing about Davis not being in there, some inexperience, leaves some running lanes open, and Book makes plays with his feet and beats you that way.
And Jason, there's always this strategy factor in a rematch that the team that won, how do they adjust? What do they do? Not that they played a perfect game, but they won the game, so they made more plays. So do they really want to vary from that, or just to continue to do what worked? Where the team that lost can look at the game film and say, well, we screwed up here, here, and there. Let's fix these things. And so there's less to fix for the winning team. And the counter punch goes almost in the favor of the team that lost the game, as long as they're two competitive team, which of course in this case is definitely the case with Clemson and Notre Dame. Should be just fascinating. We know that Notre Dame goes to North Carolina on a Friday night after Thanksgiving. That could be a bit tricky. Clemson's path looks pretty good. Of course, Florida State is way off its game and has been for 3 years now. That's the next game coming up for the Clemson Tigers on November 21st. Again, like, comment, share the videos on social media. Subscribe right here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Lock it in to our Clemson channel as well. Jason, we appreciate you stopping by to break down the Tigers for us.
Hey, anytime, Mark. Thanks for having me.